Stuart, a 1-0 defeat here to St Johnstone. Give us your thoughts about those 90 minutes.
Yeah, I think there's a obvious lack of confidence in the final third at the minute, running through the side as a whole. I thought they were better than us early on in the game. I thought we showed a little bit of, second period of the first half, come more into it, and made a little change at half time. And then I felt, if there was a team going to score, it was going to be us. I just felt, we've had one headed off the line, they've had a couple of blocks, and we just needed something to fall. But it was a struggle. There's no doubt about that. Even if we come in at with a point, which I felt we'd probably merited over the piece. They can bring the pace of O'Halloran on, and obviously Big Graham on, and get some of the winning goal in the end. But I look at it. We set up his team yesterday, and we get a call this morning that Kaz has been rushed off hospital in the middle of the night through an allergy or an illness or some things on a drip. So we that sets us back, because we knew, like his aim, would only probably get us an hour today. He's not trained for almost a month now, but musted today. We needed to play him at left back. Lawson was going to be on a bench, and maybe Carswell could have covered at left back for us. So that's been unfortunate. But other than that, we have struggled with injuries and putting square pegs in round holes, especially substitutions. But there's just a severe lack of confidence in front of goal, either shooting or taking a shot or making a space or whatever it may be, because we've defended okay today.
How do you remedy that confidence issue?
Listen, there's not a pill for it. You've just got to keep putting yourself in them areas and try to change it. As a staff, as a group, we've tried to do different things. Sometimes it's a case of going back to front and just putting balls in the box, which I wanted today. There's a lot of times we try to thread balls into Henrik, 30 yards from goal, and that's food and drink for Anderson. He likes coming and snapping that, but you put balls in for Sutton from angles, up against Scobie, who's as a competitive defender he is, he's under 6 foot, and so he should be dominating that. We should be getting people round him, which we did occasionally. But we just have to look at all ways that we can sort of try to create opportunities or break teams down without making ourselves vulnerable to things. And late on in the game, obviously with square pegs again around holes, Leo having to come out and play on the left hand side, and Mackay gets beyond him, sets it back, and the score from across, and it's frustrating. But that's football. You've just got to stick at it. You go through these runs as a players, coaches, managers. But I think we've got 2 weeks now. A lot of them will need it. The lads who are just coming back from injury, even though they're just playing games and not training enough, will need some 10 days of good training under the belt, so they can get to a level where we don't have to bring them off after 60 minutes or 70 minutes, that they can play the full game. And as I say, you look at things and you think, he's looking tired, he's fatigued. That's the confidence. If you're on top of your form and that, your people have got a spring in their step, they run a little bit harder or they jump a bit higher or whatever it may be. But there's no doubt about it. There's a lack of confidence there, and that's something we can't have said. In the past, we've had blips, we've had poor performances, but there's been a lack of confidence. I just felt today, for a few of them, as hard as they tried, things didn't come off, and it was one of them days for our forward players today, that's for sure.
Does it worry you that they're not creating as many chances as would be normally last year? Yeah,
of course it does, yeah. For us not to score goals or make opportunities, make the goalie save is, for me, wherever I've been as a manager, as a coach, I've always wanted attacking football, balls in the box, shots at goals, but that's something we have to look at and find a way of getting that. And as I say, you one of your strikers, if you get one, he'll go on a run, like Sutty, Henrik, Josh Law, we know he's capable today. He just, in the target, Leo cuts in and hits it wide, and Lionel goes through and doesn't shoot, he opts to pass, and it's all about confidence. All about confidence, because they're all good players. When the confidence is high, they're a match for anyone. But at the moment in time, that's not the case, and it's not for us or the staff. Fair enough, the supporters they pay the money, they'll have a little gripe, I understand that. But within the club, we've got to try to build that confidence. It's not a case of knocking everyone. We've got to try to, if you saw them in training, the practices and the finishing, you think, bring that to a table on a Saturday. But unfortunately, we're just not doing that at the moment. Now, again today, I'll give St Johnstone credit for putting 3 or 4 really terrific blocks in when we had goal-bound efforts, and maybe the corner that sort of heads another day will find its way in, or it'll ricochet, but it doesn't. And I've got to say, with 82 minutes on the clock, I'm looking at the bodies that we probably should be substituting or staying on, and you know, they took a 0-0 then. But again, it wasn't to be. So there's not a lot you can do about that when things are going like that. You just got to knuckle down. It wasn't lack of effort today, lack of desire. It was just, you know, we just weren't creating enough.
One, I suppose, pleasing aspect of the game is defensive. I think you restricted St Johnstone to very little, and one man in that, without wanting to single out, was Mark O'Brien. He made his debut today, and I thought a thoroughly impressive debut.
He did, yeah, he certainly did. I thought he did fine. Again, you see Mick go down with 10 minutes to go, and you know, he's not training until Friday. You know, they're not excuses, they're facts. But we just be nice to work with the squad. You know, get them up to speed, make sure they can train, get to a level where they're training day in, day out, and then playing in a game, rather than patching them up and sending them out on a Saturday and look at them after an hour and think, you know, well, he's struggling. You realise you've only got 3 substitutes. So, but listen, that's life. We've just got to get back on and you know, knuckle down.
Commiserations, Stuart.
Cheers, thank you.